Hello,
Hello,
my name is Mrs. Franklin,
I'm Mr. Block,
and I'm the director
and I am music director.
of Legally Blonde, our musical that we will be doing in January 2026.
So you're about to hear a presentation with lots of information, but we wanted to just put a face to the voice.
And throughout the presentation, we keep talking about the boys at the boys' school. We obviously mean anyone that attends the boys' school. If you are a female student that attends in sixth form and you're in year 12, then you are allowed to audition as well.
Enjoy the slideshow.
And if there are any questions, our email addresses are on the end and in the middle if it is a banned question for Mr. Block. Okay, so we've chosen Legally Blonde. We're very excited about it. It's got a massive cast and a massive band, so lots of opportunities for everybody. Okay, so these are the performance details. You need to be available for all of these dates to be able to take part. If you can't make some of these, then we would strongly suggest that you are on the production side, so maybe set design, set painting, creating of costumes, but you wouldn't be able to be a lighting coordinator, for example, if you can't be there for everything, because we want one team to run everything, and all cast need to be available for all rehearsals as well, particularly these ones. So this is the rehearsal schedule. So it will be Mondays and Wednesdays. Again, you need to be available for those to be in the band and to be in the cast. And Fridays, lead dancers and principals, they will be called as required. And by that means that on a Friday I may say I only need Elle and her Greek chorus today. I might call other people at other times. I will of course not be calling any boys at lunchtimes because our lunchtimes are different. However, if you are in year 12 and you are available to come on a Friday lunchtime because you have a free and you could let me know that, then that will be helpful as well. These weekend rehearsals we've made on Sundays because we're very aware that people have lots of things going on a Saturday. And as I said on the previous slide, we need to make sure everyone is available for that. Will the band be needed for those rehearsals as well?
More than likely. So I think the message is the same. You know, they keep those dates free if you want to be involved, and then we'll confirm as soon as we can. But assume that you will be needed.
Yes. Right. So I'll start with Bournemouth School because theirs is a bit easier. You are allowed to take part unless you are in year 11 and year 13, and you can only be in the cast and the band. We don't have the production team being the boys just because it complicates things for meetings, because we'll often have those at lunchtime, and the production team will be in the background quite a lot, so it is just for ease. We do not have members of the production team being from Bournemouth School. Bournemouth School for girls, you can be any part of it. You can be in the cast, you can be in the crew, you can be in the band. However, your heads of houses and your head of sixth form will be consulted if you are falling behind in your studies, particularly if you're in year 11 or year 13. We may have to talk about your involvement if you are letting things go, and we will have those conversations as early on as possible. And again, you need to make sure you're communicating with us if you are feeling overwhelmed.
And I will just add to that, just at the bottom there, it does say think carefully about your schedule, scale of your involvement. So lots of you do many things, which is fantastic, but this will be a significant commitment. So if you're saying yes, then really make sure that you have thought about all your different commitments and that you've got the time to do it as well as everything else you need to do.
Okay, so these are the auditions. They are really quickly starting after the summer holidays because we've got a lot to do in a short amount of time. So Monday the 8th will be for everyone for the dance audition. So any role you want to be, please come along to that if you want to be in the cast. It is a movement-based audition, so it's just seeing that you're going to be comfortable performing on the stage. There will be some more complicated dance moves for people that want to be one of the key dance roles. For example, if you want to be Brooke, or you want to be Elle, or you want to be one of the Greek chorus, I would expect more complicated dancing, but everyone will need to move around on the stage a bit, so everyone needs to come along to that. Now on the Tuesday we're doing a lunchtime audition for year 7 and 8 girls, and that's because we don't offer principal roles for year 7 and 8. You will have more opportunities as you work your way up the school. So that is for you guys to do your singing auditions, and you may do that as part of a group. So that is a lunchtime. On the Wednesday after school, so that's all year 9 and above at BSG, and any student that attends Bournemouth School, from 3:45 to 5:30, and we do ask everyone to audition in front of each other. If you are someone that is not comfortable singing on your own in front of a group of people, that's fine, you can audition as part of a group. But if you want to be considered for a principal role, we do ask that you sing on your own in front of everyone. On the Thursday, if you want to be just considered for a group singing audition, if you're in year 9 and above at BSG, you can come along to that instead. On Friday, we'll be announcing the callbacks. So we will do that on lunchtime on the notice board in the Performing Arts Centre if you're a BSG student. If you attend BS, we will get your emails during the initial auditions, and we will email that across to you if you are required for a callback. Now, we do get to this later on, and our audition policy is very clear on this. If you are not invited for a callback, it's just that we've seen everything we need to. That does not mean we're not considering you for things, it just means we need to see you again. And those auditions will be on the Monday, and on that callback email or on that callback notice we'll say if you need to prepare anything. We don't know at this moment what that might be. Again, it will depend on what we see during your initial audition, what we ask you to do. Now, I will say this a lot, and it is on a lot of the PowerPoint slides. If you have any questions, please contact me. My email is on the final slide, so I won't say it now. But questions are good. I would much rather everyone was excited. This shouldn't be stressful. This should be a fun experience. So if there are any questions about those callbacks or anything else, please do contact me.
And if I can just add, in terms of the solo auditions, we're not looking at those auditions for the finished product. We're looking for potential. So, and many times we've seen auditions where it's the person's first time they've ever sung in front of anybody else, and they have gone on to get singing roles. So, yeah, be brave.
Yeah, and on that Tuesday we will do the cast announcement. So again, if you attend BS, that will be an email, or if you attend BSG, that will be on the Performing Arts notice board for our first rehearsal on that Wednesday the 17th at 3:45 in the BSG School Hall, and we will get the process started. Okay, so this is the audition process for the cast. I'm not going to read it out to you, you can read that yourself, but again, the key things are in bold here. You must sing on your own if you want a lead role, and you need to do that in front of everybody, and that's for us to see that you are going to be reasonably confident to do that. Obviously, when you've had a lot of rehearsal, you are going to feel more confident in front of a paying audience. But if you are too shy to do that, then it's probably best that you have a smaller role in this production. And then callbacks, again, highlighted in bold. It doesn't mean that you are not being considered for a principal role if you are not called back. It just means that we don't need to see you again at that point in the process. And highlighting the thing at the bottom, if you have any specific learning needs, or you're feeling anxious, or you have any questions, email me as soon as possible so that I can provide any contacts for you. So there is an audition philosophy document that is on the Performing Arts notice board. If you attend Bournemouth School and would like that emailed to you, then I can do that as well. Just contact me on my email at the end, which explains our audition philosophy at Bournemouth School for Girls. Over to you, sir.
Okay, so you can see there the list of parts for the band. Much of it is pretty self-explanatory. Just on the read, I just want to explain that a little bit. So traditionally in the pit you would have one player and they would cover all of those parts. It's quite unusual to find students that do play all of those instruments, so I will consider people who play one or two of those instruments. So and potentially they will share the part. So it could mean that you don't have lots and lots of things to play, so just bear that in mind. The other thing, in terms of the guitars, on the different parts there are a lot of different types of guitars listed, but we can do lots of adapting. So if you're just a particular type of guitar player, then it's going to be okay, although acoustic and electric are a minimum for the actual guitar part. So we've got keyboard players, but I've got there some experience of using different sounds is useful. So on those parts, you're having to change sounds and at various points. For percussion, a lot of different types of instruments in there. So I'm looking for someone that's got a bit of experience on various different types of percussion and also can read notation. You'll just see at the bottom there. So in September, I'll be asking you to make contact and essentially apply. And I've put there preferably grade 7 and above. It's one of the more difficult things you can do actually, playing in a pit band. It's really got a lot of challenge in it. Ideally looking for people of a good standard, and so reading music notation is essential. Being a good sight reader really helpful, but not totally essential if you're really willing and able to work at it. And I've just put there your attitude much more important than your experience.
Okay, the production crew, we get together after all the auditions are over, so we can figure out who we're going to need where, and there is a list there of the things that will include. When we get to that point in the process, we will give out Mrs. White's email. Again, you can contact me if you would like to, and we'll get all those things together. As I previously explained, that will only be students from Bournemouth School for Girls. Okay, so now we're going to go through the character descriptions. I'm not going to comment on all of them, and these are just the main principal roles, but as you will see on the last slide, there are loads of parts that have solo singing lines, there are loads of parts that have solo dialogue, so these are just the main ones that I'm going to go through. Okay, the biggest part, Elle Woods. So it says there what her range is, what she's like, and the audition song that we would expect for her is What You Want. Now, Elle Woods is a classic example of a part we'll probably double cast. That means we're expecting to have at least 2 actors playing her over the run. It's a huge part, and it's a big sing, which means she's got a lot of solo sung lines. So we're going to definitely have at least 2 actors so that she can have some vocal rest, and so that if somebody does get poorly, that someone can step in for her, because that's happened in the past.
With the audition song, Ms. Franklin, should they prepare the whole song, part of the song? What's your preference?
I think it's best if you prepare the first chorus and verse. And again, in the recall, we might say we want to hear the end because that's got the highest belt or something like that. But we just want to see you sing confidently. So first verse and chorus, because then everyone's doing the same thing. And
we will be asking you to sing with somebody accompanying you on the piano. So that's our preference if you're doing a Legally Blonde song. If you're choosing to do a substituted song from a different show, that will be a cappella, so no backing tracks. And also we do want you to sing the Legally Blonde songs with an accompanist, just so that we can get a feel for how you cope with that, obviously recognising that you won't have had any rehearsal time, so there will be obviously some leeway given in that.
Right, so these 6 girls are her Greek chorus. Now, they're on a lot, these are big parts. Again, we may double cast some of these parts, it depends what we have on the day. But the Greek chorus are sassy and they harmonise a lot. So these are parts we'll probably want to recall for, so that we can hear you singing in harmony with each other. But they are sassy, and you've got to go for it if you want to go for one of these girls, and they will be singing positive. At the beginning of this song, there are lots of interrupting solo singing lines. when you audition for it, just sing all of those lines, even though they're clearly meant to be more than one person. But again, opening, verse and chorus for this one, please. Right, our first male playing actor part, this is Warner. If you've seen the film, he dumps Elle at the beginning. He's very charismatic, winks at the audience, that kind of thing. And his song is Serious. He sings that quite early on in the play, and that would be the audition song for him. Paulette, the comedy character, she's got a big song called Island. If you wanted to sing the last verse and chorus of this, you can, because she does have quite a high note at the end. But if you tell Mr. Block on the day, he'll be accompanying you. So if you're going to do that, then by all means, let him know. Emmett, the hero of the piece. So Emmett is the love interest of Elle. He's got cheekiness to him. His audition song is Chip on My Shoulder. And it is quite a funny song, so go for it personality-wise with Emmett. Vivian, the one that Warner leaves Elle for. It sounds like it's a small song because it's called the Legally Blonde Reprise, but it is a big song, and she sings a lot in harmony as well throughout the piece. She's often, with the students, she is one of the few female characters, so please go for her as well. Professor Callahan, the Big Bad Wolf. Now, we haven't decided yet how we're going to approach Professor Callahan. It's quite an adult storyline, so we'll see who we have on the day. But Blood in the Water is quite a sinister song. So really confident ability to act is almost more important here than you getting every note right, because he needs a presence. We need to distrust him, and obviously he's horrible to Elle in the end. So important stage presence with him. Brooke. Now, if you're going to go for Brooke, it's really important that you come to the dance audition. This arguably is the hardest song because she needs to be skipping a lot when she is singing it. Now, I'm not saying you need to bring a skipping rope to the audition, but I need you to absolutely not be standing still. Walk around the stage, you need a big presence. She's a fitness instructor. She's a great character, and Whipped Into Shape is a big sing, so go for that one. Enid, she doesn't sing much on her own, so if you are somebody that is a good comedy actress that will be happy with a few lines on your own song, then this is a good one for you. She has a couple of solo lines in the Harvard Variations, so if you listen to that song, again, we'll do the beginning of that song, but yeah, have a listen to that one on YouTube, I would. Right, and this is the last one. You can see there are so many parts where there are people that have solo singing lines, they have solo dialogue, there are some really funny parts that don't sing at all, but come along to the ensemble audition so we can see you perform it. Someone like Chutney, who is the daughter that actually, spoiler alert, she was actually the person that shot the gun, not Brooke. She doesn't sing on her own at all, but we need a confident actor in there. So in the ensemble audition, if you say, I want to be considered for one of the spoken roles, then make sure you are going for that ensemble audition. You are performing it with your body and your face. And that is it. So that's my email address. With anything to do with the cast, please contact me. Anything to do with the band, as you've seen in previous slides, Mr. Block's email is on there. We will contact you within school hours as quickly as we can. We want everyone to be excited about this process. Auditions are scary sometimes, but remember, we want the best from you. We are not going to tell you off if you get a word wrong. We're not even going to write that down if you get the words wrong. We want you to go for it and be really comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.